All right, welcome to another Friday demonstration. Today we're going to focus on seeing the different tone in the white. For example, seeing the water coming down over here, this is not just white. It just have a very few light shape. And over here have a really completely white shape, but mostly it's actually a little bit like a bluish white. And today I'm going to use a little bit larger paper than usual. Usually I used only 10 by 7 paper. This one is 10 by 14. So we're going to have a little bit more room to paint. And I usually use this small brush. This is called a small size of calligraphy brush. And this one is the larger. It's called large size of calligraphy brush. So I'm going to use both. And when I get into the small details of the person or the little shape, I will use the small one. Before I get to the small, I will use this larger size. Hi. The question is, do I choose the larger paper for a specific reason just for this painting? Yeah, both. I am going to paint with members as I travel this summer. So I'm going to paint from a lot more loose, a lot more spontaneous as I am going outdoor painting. So I will go a little bit bigger. So this will be the right size for me to do plein air. So I already cut about like a 50 sheet of paper, and there's a lot of in this larger size. And I also have 11 by 15, which is more I would paint when I paint for a little bit more complicated. And the second reason for that is, you see that how complicated that would be, especially that focal point, that person. I want to give a little bit more detail to it. So using a small paper like this, it's just going to be too tiny for the main object. And also all those bubbles, all those light shape. Okay. All right. First, thank you for your questions. I'm going to start with any light color, maybe a light blue color. Let's take a look at where is the movement. You see that the movement from the top over here, coming down, coming over here, in here. And there will be very nice movement. And there's also some line and coming down all the way going on this direction too. So this is a movement from here, go all the way from the top to the left side to the bottom. I want you to recognize that movement and also capture the movement in your painting. Okay, now let's start from here and coming down, and then I'm going to have it coming all the way here. And take a look at, I want to have the main object, which is the person, right here, but I don't want to put it right in the middle, and I want to have a little bit dynamic balance. So I'm going to have that person's right over here. Think about it, okay? This is no right or wrong decision. It's only a decision that you intended to or not. So you're always thinking about what you are going to do and what you want to do, okay? And think about that. And think about how big that would be. Draw a little shape. Don't look at the detail. I'm looking at the movement. Okay, here you go. And this leg coming over here. And by the way, for our member on Patreon, as well as some members on, we still have a few members still didn't want to move to Patreon, still on enjoyingart.com. And if you're watching this video, and I'm going to also sending you the message about our itinerary for this summer, so you can plan on whether or not you can meet me during my trip across the country. It's going to be really fun. We're going to focusing on painting together. And we know that in California, we're going to have portrait workshop. So I hope that all members and will be able to join me. Okay, that's just good. The leg over here, the arm coming down over here. And you don't have to make a very detailed. You just get an idea and enough for you to take it in and acknowledge it. That is just what you want to do. Okay, so making sure, and this is the correct size. And the hand will be here, and the legs will be here, and something like that. And this is good. All right, it looks like a very tiny, right? We maybe want to make it even bigger. Maybe a good idea, make it a little bit bigger, isn't it? And I'm gonna also have a little bit lower. So all right, let's soften it and erase it with the water. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna come back to take a look at that again in a moment. Okay, now let's take a look. I'm going to hi. And okay, now let's plan other things before we come back to this main object. Think about the size. Okay, take a look. I'm gonna have this is just a little bit lower, and this is would be the surf right here. I'm gonna keep that right over here. That's just good. Mark that. That's the water, and this is not a straight line. Also, as a part of the member benefit, I already created the drawing template. I know that lots of our members, they don't need the drawing template, just in case that you are a beginner or just want to also have fun. In that case, and just go to the Patreon to download it. But this is only member benefit. I know there's just lots of people still staying on YouTube. And I try to give you more and more reason to coming to join us to have fun. And just tell me under the video in the comment. If you are not yet a member, give me suggestions. What kind of benefit do we need to have on Patreon as a member in order to gain your trust to come to learn with us, and let us know, and we would consider. Okay, this is good. That's the movement from the top over here, and we're also going to and coming the water, the movement coming onto this side. And when you have a bigger paper, actually making your arm moving a little bit bigger, and actually get your blood floating and make the movement a little bit stronger. And this is good, like that. I intentionally have a little bit more room at the bottom because this is very interesting. I want to have that a little bit more over here. And here you go, like that. And I can tell you that my plan is when I finish laying all the colors at the end, I'm going to also use the gouache acrylic white, so that for all the small light shape. So you don't need to get very, very detailed of this. And I don't intend to use any masking through this process. Okay. All right, this is good. And this is the whole shape over here. Of course, over here it will be, there's quite a bit of shape. There's just a little bit the deepest color over here. If you don't try to leave the light shape, you will feel a little bit more open, a little bit more free. And I may not really have the same blue color. I maybe change the blue color and make it a little bit deeper. So everything's open. In the middle over here is more like a green shade. So for some member, not quite sure about the difference between the red shade and the blue shade. And look at the top over here in the reference. That is a red shade. And also you can choose it if you use the Winsor & Newton brand of professional color. And it can be Winsor blue red shade. Or you can use a little bit more common color that commonly we use, French ultramarine. Okay, there's very much, it looks very similar in the color. Okay, this is good. Now, after we talk this much, I think this already dry. So now I'm gonna coming back over here. I'm gonna make it just slightly a little bit bigger. I may be moving it in a little bit to the left side. Okay, let's take a look. I'm gonna get the red with the blue color. And just try to make up the mind. Okay, here you go. Now I'm going to move a little bit over here. Now I'm just going to paint the shape instead. So I'm going to paint the bottom over here. This is good. And the leg, the foot right here. Okay, you don't have to make it complete. And this foot over here. Okay, and painting directly with the paint make you think a little bit more. Okay, think about the decision before you paint the color. Okay, that's the shape. That's good. That's another shape over here. I know that after this dry, it's gonna look a little bit lighter. So the top over here, I'm gonna leave a little bit light. Okay, that's good. The body over here. And now the arm. That's good. Okay, that's good. And very good. This the other hand coming over here, this direction. This is pretty good. And there's the legs like this. I just give a little bit suggestions over here. The leg like that. Okay, that's very good. And all right, this is good. And speaking of this, at this moment, actually this whole morning, I was finding and preparing our next month member learning focus. And it's going to be coming up later today. And it's going to be really fun. Looking forward to next month's painting together at the member challenge. Okay, this is the head over here. And I can tell you that this summer we're going to have some really interesting challenge in the month of from June to August. We're going to have portrait learning challenge together through the whole summer. And it's going to be very, very good. Okay, this is good. And I'm going to move this a little bit lighter. You don't have to. And you can let the gouache white, the titanium white, to put it over here if you want to. But also you can light up the color. It's no problem. All right. I think I have the focal point in that shape. This is pretty good. Now it looks like everything come together, right? It's very nice. Now I'm going to use the 1-inch flat brush. Now I'm going to take a look. I'm going to put the colors right. I'm going to have this. And I also thinking about, and there's definitely not green. Could be a little green. I'm going to take a look at. A little bit green right on the top over there. like this. I'm going to take a look at right here. Okay, that's good. That's good. I used a little dry brush on the top. You see that? This is very interesting. Like that. Okay, this is good. And coming up over here. And the top over here, a little dry brush. Okay, you got to relax yourself when you're doing art. It's just have fun. Okay, here you go. Like this. Right. Alright, coming here. Now let's get a little bit. And have a little bit on this side. Okay, focusing on the larger shape while you are pay attention to also some smaller shape. But the larger shape is what we are trying to achieve. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have that, a little gap over here. Right. This is good. I know there's some friends on YouTube keep asking about, even just following me on Instagram, and ask me, how can I show you my work, show you my progress? And be honest, and I have a full dedication to the community, but I don't have really that much time to doing much anything else. So it's hopefully you understand. So the best way is to come in to join us in the community, and then if you really want to learning with me, okay, that's the short answer, because it will be very easy for everyone if we use the same platform, which is the Discord. We are learning and exchange ideas. Okay, this is good. I need this a little bit more curve on the top over here. And the water is going to acting, which is really good. We are open to that. And this is okay. Here, a little bit. More like that. A little bit. We can come back to do the little bit more details. This is good. Now I'm going to keep going with the green shade, blue color. And coming around over here, this is good. Right. If you're focusing on the large and you feeling very free, and this is good. Just watch out the corner of this. That's good. Like that. And just use the corner. That's good. And again, this is only a painting, okay? You don't have to mimic the photograph and make it too much look pursuing the photorealistic. Okay, no need to. And focus on the movement and the shape. Okay, think about what you can do right now, what you can do a little bit later. Okay, and divide the whole process into steps. Okay, that's good. Like that. Now this is a little bit darker, right? This need to move the color out a little bit. Don't make that a little bit too dark, but we'll be okay. This is good. I'm gonna coming over here, and this is good shape, and coming a little bit lower over here, and this is can be a little bit darker shape. Okay, now I only focusing on the larger area. I don't think this is much about red color. I'm gonna take the Windsor blue green shade with some French ultramarine. I'm gonna put that right in the middle over here. Here you go, like that. A little bit red, a little bit darker, a little bit deeper. That's good. Okay, here you go. A little bit coming up over here. You see the very deep color. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. That's a little bit deeper color. That's good. Also over here, pick a little bit deep color. And on the bottom over here, a little bit deep color. Now coming down over here. Now this is good. Ooh, very nice. I'm gonna just get the. I'm gonna get a little bit more yellow It's a little bit more like a greenish color. Okay, maybe not that much, but it's okay. Sometimes we can exaggerate it. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna have this continue coming down. Take a look at the movement. Okay, so not worry about those very thin line. Okay, here you go. Okay, and I'm gonna have some white. Okay. Okay, that's good. All right, that's getting, seems very rough. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just soften this. Just have some transitions coming, some movement, some little bit light, and over here just have this a little bit light. Here you go, some little light. This is good. I have that. They're very nice. Just think about without those thin white line, the white shape, what it should look like, and you're pursuing that color, that effect. Okay, over here I'm gonna make this a little bit lighter, like that, and this is good. I'm gonna have this whole area a little bit lighter. Just use the this flat brush, and this need to be a little bit lighter. Move the color out. That's good. And I think that should be good. Very good value over here. I'm gonna move that color a little bit lighter over here. Okay, squinting your eyes is very, very good to let you see a lot easier. Now I'm gonna have this a little bit lighter as well. You see that there's some light color right on the top. Now I'm just gonna drive all the color away from my flat brush, and just with the two fingers. Okay, here you go. Now move it out a little bit, and some color in here, some movement over here. I will also lift up the color away a little bit over here. You see a little bit light shape like that. Can you see that shape? I'm sure you do. And over here, I'm going to move the color up over here. Okay, I decided to come back to do this a little bit later. And right now, is in the process of drying. Okay, I think this is very, very good at this point. What I want to do at this point, I'm going to just get the red shade blue color, or you can say the French ultramarine. And I'm going to put that right here at the top. You see that? This is good. I'm going to have that a little bit more. There's quite a bit of a difference. And here we go. Now I'm going to softly make it a little bit softer. That's very good. Okay. Maybe a little bit more. I'm going to get a little bit darker. A little bit more blue. And right at the top over here. See, here you go. Now just use the corner of this brush. That's the corner. This is good. Now, that's very interesting. And now I'm going to come into, since the top over here mostly already dry, so I'm going to come in to get a little bit gray color. So the red and the blue together has already become gray. And I'm going to just have this shadow of this. And there's a color theory, and we cover that in our basic color mixing system. Okay, I describe about how to see the color, every color that you see in the world. It's a combinations from the three primary colors. So how you see those color mix with the three primary colors. This is very important. So you need to have the system in your mind in order to see all those color in a way of the yellow, red, and blue. Right. Now I'm going to make this a little bit softer, but you don't have to make it very smooth because this is actually the bottom of the wave. Okay, that's good. A little bit softer. Like that. This is good. Right. That's good. Just use a little bit unexpected. That's just good. Now I'm gonna use just this brush. I'm gonna actually lift up some color. This is already dry, so it's very good to lift up a little color, show a little bit more movement of the wave. There you go. This is good. And this texture is very nice. Okay, here you go. Now I'm gonna take it out a little bit. I think the wet over here making this look a little bit more, a little bit too textured. Okay, this is already dry, this area. So the texture is good, and texture is welcome. Okay. Okay, this is good. Now I'm going to use a large calligraphy brush. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have a little bit red mixed with this. It's like a few little bit purple colors. It depends on how much the French ultramarine, how much red combined together. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna have this even a little bit darker. Okay, moving a little bit, and then have some wave coming down over here. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, I like that. Even a little bit darker. That's good. That's good. And now, coming down over here, that is maybe a little bit too much. I'm going to move this color up a little bit. Okay, now come down over here to take just the French ultramarine, and now have this color coming down. I see a different tone of white. So this is not really just the white color. It's actually have a little bit shadow inside it. Okay, that's just the shadow. So in the shadow, usually what we see is the red shade blue color, which can be French ultramarine or the other red shade. Okay, this is good. That's good. If you want, you can leave some of the light shade, but look at the shadow over here. That's very good. And if you need the reference, and it's a little bit too much work on our side to deliver the reference and the drawing, even the drawing template to everyone, and we need your support. It's just come to become the community so that we have one place to post, and also all the drawing template and the references, they are actually in the learning center as well. You can download them right from there. If the lessons a little bit years ago and it's just, we did not have the drawing template, you can request the drawing template. Okay, that's for everyone be able to do that. And we're gonna wait this a little bit drier and then come back over here to lift up the color, and it will be much easier to do it after you dry. So now I'm gonna have this a little bit, maybe have a little bit darker over here. Okay, this is good. Also, we have a little bit darker over here. Get a little bit red with the blue, it will look darker. So now I'm gonna also have that maybe a little bit too dark. So here you go, kind of like this. Okay, this is good. Yes, a little bit softer. Okay, that's very good. Now I'm going to come back. Anytime when I need to lift up the color, I use this flat brush. So I'm going to lift up a little color over here, which is great. Have some water breaking down the color coming down over here. This is good. A little bit lighter. Very nice. And now I'm going to have move this up a little bit. Okay. Now coming down, look at the bottom over here. We need to do a little lifting. Right here, just the corner. Just the corner of the brush. Here you go. And now we have some interesting moving. Okay, that's good. And we can soften this and then also apply the second layer. And now we can come back to the bottom over here. This is also dry already. Now I'm going to take a look at taking this color, maybe a little bit green shade blue color. Just think about there's two different blue colors coming from. One is just green, one is just the red, right? Coming over here, you see that a little bit. So in the case like that, when you're painting a little bit bigger painting, you want to use a little bit bigger brush. Okay, so if enough members looking for to have the larger size calligraphy brush, and we can contact our brush maker and then we can make them available for us. Okay, that's good. Have a little bit more shape. This is good, and we're gonna have that coming over here. Okay, that's good. All right, look at again. The bottom over here has one shape. Looking for shapes. Okay, coming open a little bit, drag over, and here you go, coming like that. And we also have some reflection. So, and we take care of the reflection in a moment. So like from this person coming down over here, there's the reflection over here. So let's draw those waves first. That's pretty good. And now I'm gonna have a little bit darker right over here underneath. That's just a very deep color. Okay. And we're going to, why don't we just make this as the reflection of the bottom of the sail, not the sail, the surf. Okay, that's going to be a little bit darker in a moment. We're going to wait until the whole thing dries, and we're going to come back over here to make the bigger retouch. Okay, let's take a look, come back with this color. Now take a look at, there's the movement over here. Okay, and here you go, that's good. And there's a little bit curve over here. Here you go, some soft line, some movement. That's good. All right, I'm going to do a little bit more over here. Just imagining, and before we put the white shape was what we need to do to make this all come together. That's good. All right, this is getting dry very, very quickly. Now let's take a look. And the top over here, and let's start mixing a little color. Get a little bit yellow, get a little bit red shade blue color. Okay, this is good. A little bit more blue. Here you go. Like this. Here we go. Now I'm going to have this. Coming down over here. There you go. Like I have those shape moving into here. That's good. And I have the color coming up over here, moving And sometimes too much dry brush would make it feel like, oh, there's a little bit too much. And then we're going to draw a little big line. And here you go, like that. Have some, also a little big line. That's just the showing the movement of that. There's a little line coming here. That's showing the movement of the water, the wave. Okay, here you go. That's good. That's good. And now from here, we're just going to make it more and more and more cohesive together. But the whole color is already here. It's already in the painting. Okay, now we're going to have that a little bit more red shade blue color. We just start at this even a little bit more of the shadow of the water. Here you go. That's good. So speaking of the trip, we are going to have the final date and time and even schedules for each of the location that we're meeting across the country. It's coming up to our members very soon. So be a little patient. I just need to have the confirmation from a couple locations, which is our member and friends, and making the contact with the local colleges, universities, or other location that we need to meet in. Or maybe we're going to paint where we're going to paint together. So it's coming up very soon. Yeah, this is good. All right, that can be a little bit lighter. Now just lift it up, wash it. All right, very nice, very nice. Now this is getting dry. Okay, now the top over here should be already dry. So now I'm going to come to use the 1-inch flat brush. Now I'm going to show you how to confirm the movement. Now over here, coming up over here, if you just do it a few times, it will work like that. This is good. Coming down over here, you see the movement of the entire, I keep saying movement, but the entire, because that is just very cohesive. Okay, this is good. Now I'm going to have this a little bit softer coming down over here too. That's good. That's good. Sometimes you don't need to remove much. You just need to make it more consistent. Okay, that's good. Okay, I think this color pretty nice. I'm going to have this a little bit softer. Okay, I want to know that, do you lift up the color much when you're doing watercolor? Or you just lay the color there and this is fine? And when I was much younger, and I always believed that lifting up colors is not a good idea. And until I reached to 20, and I not really satisfied just laying the color on the paper and leave it alone. And this is always some distance between what we want and what we can do with the one layer. Is sometimes we just have to do it multiple times in order to have a little bit more fully integrations between and the paint and our feeling. So I'm going to come over here and just use the corner of this, and also use the largest brush that you can That is very important. Okay, here you go. Now have a little bit nice wave like that, as big as you can. Now coming up over here, I'm going to take this, just this whole area, and here you go. That's good. And we need to enforce a few shapes. That few shapes as is the key shape in the whole movement. Okay, this is good. I'm going to make this just a little bit lighter. This whole area a little bit lighter. Now we're going to come back to the middle of here. And this can be a little bit darker. Now I'm going to take this color right here. Here you go. And I'm going to coming up here. Here you go. That's a little shape. Okay, that's good. Okay, wonderful. And have some also dry brush on this. That's good. Now the dark color also make the light color look more sweet. Okay, here you go. Coming over here like that. Nice. Just the corner of the brush. Okay, and I think the whole color looks very nice. I'm gonna have some little bit brighter blue color in the middle. So I'm gonna take a brighter, or this would be nice. I'm gonna just have the brighter, the blue color right over here. Okay, like that. Nice. A little bit brighter. Just take the blue color and making sure it's not much solid color. Okay, make sure that blend well. Okay, that's good. You see that every time you touch the painting, it's just going to the next level. That is the joy of the painting. Okay, here you go. And on this side, a little bit more. And seeing that this a little light shape over here is so sweet. Okay, like that. And very nice. Yeah, that's good. Now, the blue color going really well and coming over here too. And make that a little bit straight. This is good. Like that. And that's very nice. Now I'm gonna have this dim down a little bit over here. This a little bit come up a little bit too much. So a little bit. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is good. We move a little bit more. This is good. Now I see those color, those water is gonna coming down. We're gonna see how it's gonna come up. We still can make changes. Okay, very rough. It's very nice. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna break this a little bit, make it a little bit lighter. Your mind, your eyes, always going around the entire painting. Okay, and one area won't be, even any area, it won't be as good as it can without the support of the entire painting. And other colors in the other area that working together. Okay, this is pretty good. And I'm gonna have this also a little bit softer. If I can lift it up, that'll be great. If not, I'll just add a little color to it. A little bit softer color. Here you go, like that. Now it becomes a little bit softer. All right, this is pretty good already. The painting almost getting there. I'm just thinking about this. It can be moving up and up a little bit. So I'm gonna taking this color a little bit more like a gray, right? And I'm gonna take a look at. I'm gonna have that a little bit over here. And here you go, like that. And okay, here you go. Now add a little detail in here. That's nice. Add a little detail. Now we go a little bit smaller. You won't go into any small details unless you already have the main shapes, the larger movement, the larger shape, the larger colors already in place. Okay, so we always talk about that big before go small. And on the top over there, that now this is works really well. Now I'm gonna take a look at the top over there and take a look, and there's a little bit color over here, and then have a little bit soft like those. There's a water mist shadow. Okay, here you go. That's good. I think that's very nice. A bit softer at the top. This is great. And now watch out the color coming down closer and closer to the back. Just lead the color going around the person. And we're gonna come back to paint the figure in a moment. And then maybe at this point I'm just going to start adding some of the light shape. So before I come back to work on the figure. Okay, now at this point I'm going to use the Gouache Acrylic Titanium White. Okay, now I'm going to use this plate. Okay, that's good. All right, let's take a look at where it need to be. Let's start from right here. This a little bit more white. I just put the thick white right on it. That's okay. Okay, that's is good. I'm gonna start adding some line, some dot right here. Here you go, like that. This is also getting a very, very light. Here we go. See that? Okay, stay with me, and you're gonna see how this painting is gonna come up at the end. Okay, here you go. Okay, that's is good. All right, wonderful. And I have a few dots over here. It's much easier to do it this way. And I'm gonna use a smaller brush when we come back to paint. Those is a little bit delicate. So let's put the white shape over here. There's some white shape over here. Here we go. Now a little light shape over here. See, this is the key. There you go. That's good. All right, a little bit more clear. That's good. All right, getting there. And take a look at some light shape over here. Okay, some light shape over here, and I'm gonna have a little bit more white shape over here. Just add a little bit water. Now take a look at this light shape. Okay, that's coming here, and a little bit more. That's good. And I usually don't rely on the white, but white is part of your decision. Okay, over here too. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have that. Some white, make it a little bit thicker. Okay, and coming over here, and all the way. All right, that's good. And take a look again. There's some longer light. Okay, that's good. And coming over here, there's some light right next to this circle. Okay, that's good. All right, that's good. Coming a little bit more this way. And we need a thicker light shape. Okay, here you go. From here, continue. And this, continue over here. Okay. Very good. I'm going to have this a little bit bigger. Okay, here you go. A little bit more. This, a main light shape. And okay, let's take a look on this side. And we need to have this a little bit more white, and there's another line over here, and coming directly, get a little bit more, little bit water, so that it's easier to render. Okay, here we go. Now coming on over here, and coming over here, and a little bit dry brush over here. That's good, like that. And we're gonna see there's a light shape coming from here, from this line, and coming over. Okay. Now I'm going to use the smaller calligraphy brush and go a little bit smaller line, smaller shape, and get a little bit more white. And here you go. Now I'm going to come back over here, take a look, and take a look right here. Here you go. Now the top over here also have a few shapes. That's good. And see how this integrated into the whole composition is the abstract design, shape, light. Okay, here you go. Okay, and we're going to have a little bit more. Okay, try to make it a little bit random as possible. Okay, that's good. Okay. To make it random, actually, I have another technique to use the toothbrush. And I might going to use that, but at this point, I just try to add those shapes in here. And I'm going to take a look at, there's some like that, and coming gradually, coming over here to meet the line coming here. That's good. And this line coming up, and take a look at this line coming up over here, and some shape. And there's also a little bit. Okay, let's first set this a little bit lighter shape like that. Here you go, a little bit like this. Okay, here you go. There you go. Here you go. That's good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit lighter and mix a little blue color with it. Get a little bit more blue color, and I can actually have a little bit more blue. Get a little bit green shade blue color, a little bit more, and here you go. Now mix that with this. That's good. Now I'm gonna put it over here. Now I'm gonna have that. Ooh, that may be a little bit too big. Now this is okay. Just one big shape. That's okay. Okay, like that. Study the shape and how they actually construct together. Okay, that's good. Right here, a little bit thicker, and here you go. There's a little bit draw of the line, like that, following the line movement. That's good. That's good. Some little movement, some line moving over here. That's good. Okay, a little bit more blue color, but not much water. Okay, coming all the way over here, and coming down here. Connect that That's good. Add a little bit line going this way. Okay, that's good. And here you go. Some little line coming down. Yes, some a little bit. Let's make it spontaneous. Keep it fun. Okay. That's getting a little bit better. Okay, there you go. And I'm gonna have that also a little bit light shape as facing to the light source. Okay, that's good. Okay, don't try to overdo it. Okay, this is good. The water looks very nice now. And now I'm gonna come over here to also keep that. That's a little bit softer, like that. Okay, that's good. Have a little bit blue color. How's everyone doing? And so, doing good. What is our question, Brenda? Okay, it's good. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, you're talking about this? Those are, well, you don't have to make this, if this stick out too much, it just soften it. But don't immediately doing it, because you need to go on the order some area, like as the big movement, the big color, the big atmosphere. You have to take care of that before you going into that. Yeah. So that's always a timing. Yeah. That's good. Right here. I like your thinking. Okay. That's good. Now I come back over here. A little bit more wiping. Now here you go. And try to get all those, how those things connected together. Okay, that's good. And see the little bit curved line. I really want to appreciate the member has been working very closely with me, and has been so many years. Now some member has been 6, 7, 8 years. Okay, this is good. Now make it a little bit more lighter. This is good. That's good. Like that. And some of the moving line over here. That's good. I'm gonna have that even thicker. If you have seen some John Singer Sargent's watercolor painting, he used a very, very thick white paint at the end. And you can try it. And if you're doing something, either you're going to use masking or using the gouache white. Actually, you can have different kind of feeling and experience. Okay, you need to look before you do. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna have this a little bit thicker white paint right over here. Here you go, some little white paint. So, if you're gonna use the gouache white, I would not using scratching. Is you could, but it's all based on what is available to you at the moment. So you choose one way or the others. Right? Or sometimes you want to combine them. Okay. So, and in some situation, it actually one thing look better than the others. Yeah. That's good. Like a little bit light. We're getting there. No, we're not close yet. So now when you come over here, now it's still going to come over. The bottom over here is just a little bit lighter because it's facing up, also maybe a little bit less as deep. So this is getting together. Okay, we're not done yet. So I'm gonna have this flat brush coming back over to do a little bit more I'm gonna remove this color a little bit. Just keep a little bit thin. That's good. And I'm squinting my eye, so I'm gonna have this a little bit more connected with the color over here. Just use this, make it a little bit more connected. And coming up over here, I can have, it's a little bit like when you're doing this, it's just a little bit, it will actually make some better connection. Like over here, for example, the blue color, I'm gonna have the blue color. I'm gonna have this actually a little bit more connected over. See that? See this good? And have this connected over. Okay, like that. I'm gonna have this also connected. And have a little bit blue. And have that this top over here, I want it to be a little bit more, a little bit darker. And you got a little bit darker, like that. So keep organized the color. That's good. And a little bit organized. That's a little bit. And larger brush, always better. Always the solution. Okay, larger brush. Okay, here you go. Right over here. I can even have a little bit more wash into it. That's good. All right. Let's see. And the whole picture is already in order. Right? So I'm going to have this break a little bit. I think this is getting there. Very nice. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend the time into the person. Shall we? I'm going to move it in right onto the middle of the painting. Now I can show you how I paint the main figure. Okay, this is good. Now I'm going to come to use the small calligraphy brush, right? Now let's take a look. And first I'm going to paint the very dark colors. I'm going to get the Prussian blue or the Windsor blue green shade. Now I'm going to just these two colors together. It always makes a very, very dark color. So here we go. Now I'm going to start from the top and from the head. Okay, here we go. That's good. Like that. And I'm going to come to do the face in a moment. Now I'm going to coming over. That's good. The back over here. I only need to look for shapes. And here we go. That's good. Now the lower part of the body. Okay, that's good. Right over here. That's the shadow side. If you are not sure what to look for, looking for the light and shadow. Now coming into the pen. They're looking for the shape. That's good. Okay, that's wonderful. It's almost there. Giving enough good intention. Now coming over here, the arm. That's good. Now the small arm coming down over here. That's good. Okay, and then I'm going to put the red and red brown color over there. Now take a look on this side. Okay, that's good. So the summer we're going to have, as in the community, we're going to have a 3 months portrait learning, and all members can participate. Is a member benefit. Okay, here you go. And I'm going to make the challenge for like each week. We're going to focus on one learning of the portrait challenge. So if you're not yet a member, come to join us. Okay, and let us know how can we help you to achieve your own dream, your own what you interest. Now I'm going to take this color for the face. That's good. And take a look. So only looking for the shapes. Okay, that's good. I'm going to make the chin a little bit higher, so make him look like he's looking forward. Okay, that's good. Already, could be a little bit lighter. We're going to come back, and here you go. Now I'm going to have, also we can have a little bit blue color underneath, and that would need to use the brush to make it happen. So I'm going to use just a little bit lighter, and here. This is good for the leg. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to come down over here. That's good. Now coming over here. Wonderful. Okay. Okay. Usually I don't talk about this, but we really want to expand our reach of the community to have more people like to do art, learn art in a very affordable membership. And we need to expand the community. So if you haven't tried it, come to give us a try, okay, to see how can we help you, and as you are helping us. And here you go, that's good. Now on the top over there, and we're going to have some little light shape. I'm going to take that little white shape right on the top over there. Okay, here we go, right over here. Okay, that's one of the reason that I use a little larger paper. Otherwise, it would be difficult to working on the details. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna have a little bit white, and also showing that right over here. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now I'm gonna mix a little bit lighter right on the face. So have this a little bit lighter red color. Okay, here you go. Get a little bit red over here, but use a little bit opaque. Okay, let's take a look at right on the face. That's good. Now we see a little bit light side, and then we're going to have the a little bit more red with the white, which is going to make it more opaque. Okay, here you go. Now I'm going to come into take a look at the hand. So you're not thinking about a hand supposed to. You think about how big is that shape, and that's good. That's I'm gonna have this color for the ear. That's a little shape over there. That's good, like that. That showing very nice. And now I'm gonna put a little red color right at the top over there. But the red's not supposed to be that dark. I'm gonna have just a little bit, not the deepest color. Now here we go. We're gonna put that right on the top. That's good. And we're gonna have a little bit more white. And take a look at right here. Okay, that's good. The light, and also the top over here have a little bit light highlight, and the side over here we're also going to give it a little bit brownish color right in here, and showing the muscle. Right, that's good. On the other side can come in a little bit more. That's good, perfect. That's good. Come down a little bit more, and that's good. I'm gonna have a little bit brown color and showing the shadow side, and the whole hand is in the shadow, but it's in the shadow also have a little bit darker plane of the finger, like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to come back over here to make this also a little bit more clear. That's as good. That's perfect. Now I'm going to go into mix a little bit blue color. So I'm going to have the blue and also mix into the white just a little bit. Okay, a little bit later, right underneath. Okay, here you go, right under the face. That's good. So basically you don't need a whole set of gouache acrylic. You just need the white. You can mix the watercolor with it. Okay, I'm gonna have that a little bit more blue. I'm gonna have this, the little bit more blue color mixed into here. Now I'm gonna spread the color around so it look part of the consistent background. Okay, also on this side moving in a little bit. Perfect. Okay, like that. Now it's the time for us to also have the color coming in over here. Okay, this is good. A little bit, get a little bit, some of the gap. Now you can go a little bit more details into making the painting more finish and polish. Okay, here we go. We're gonna come a little bit more on this side. Okay, a little bit, a few gap over here. That's good. Like that. And a little bit detail and coming in over here. That's good. Alright, now we're gonna come in, look at the bottom over here, and the color, the shape looks pretty good already. So I'm gonna come in to get a little bit more greenish color with a little yellow color. So I'm gonna come in right here, right over here. See that? That's beautiful. That's the shape of the sail. Okay, here you go, like this. That's good. Now I'm gonna get a little bit suggestions for the little bit more brownish color. Okay, a little bit more like gray color. Now I'm gonna have that directly coming from the person. You see that? Seeing that? Like that. You don't need much suggestions, just a little bit, and it will looks connected, the top and the bottom. You see that? It's very easy to do, but if you need to know, if you know what you're looking for, and that will be easy. Okay, now here we go. Come a little bit over here, coming down, and a little bit over here, a little bit darker, and that is all because of the reflection. Now since I'm doing this, I'm also going to have a very little dark the color on the edge over here. There's a little mark. Yes, this is good. And I can have this also a little bit darker too as a reflection. That's maybe a little bit too dark, so I'm going to spread the color and make it a little bit lighter. There, here you go. That's good, like that. All right, now we can take a look at the big picture of the painting. And here we go, coming back over here. Can you see that? That's the whole painting. Now, what do we need to change as the final touch? Okay, now I think the red need to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to take the red with the little white. I'm going to have that right on the top over here. Make a little bit light. But that's too light. I'm going to get a little bit more red. Here you go. Make the shape a little bit bigger so you can see a little bit better. That's good. And I think over here we need a little bit more clear that the movement coming over here. And now coming from the top over here down, I want this a little bit movement. Now we're going to emphasize some of the area. Okay, that's good. And a little bit over here and coming down over here. There you go. And that's good. Now we like that shape coming over to the other side. This is good. And we're gonna have a few more shape over here. Okay, this is pretty good. And we're gonna have this. I have another line over here, a little bit thicker. Okay, and do the rebalancing. Okay, here you go. Now coming over here. Now coming over. That's pretty good. Okay, and I'm gonna have this coming, break the line, break the shape a little bit more. Okay, like that. Okay, this is getting together very nicely. I'm going to come back to do a little bit lifting, a little bit. I think this needs to be softer, so I'm gonna lift this up a little bit more. Okay, here you go. You don't need to add the white, you just need to make this a little bit lighter by wash the color away. That's good. Like that. It's a little bit softer. That's just good. I'm gonna break this, make this a little bit lighter as well. Make that a little bit softer. That's good. And take a look. I think this is pretty good over here. And I just maybe just add a little bit light shape right on the top over here. Okay, here you go. Here we go, like this. And maybe that's too much. I'm gonna just soften that a little bit over here. Okay, that's just actually very interesting. Give a little bit more dynamic. Okay, here you go, like that. And I actually never used this much white in a painting before. I think this feels really good about it. And that maybe a little bit, move a little bit away. That's good. All right. I think this is very good. I'm gonna break the shape a little bit over here and have the light, a little bit lighter tone coming down over here. And this is very good. I think that the top over here, and maybe just light up a little bit. I don't want those mark to be that dark. So now soften that a little bit more. And this is good. This is very, very good. Let's look at it again. I'm going to come back over here to have a little bit white, but not just white. Okay, I'm going to have mixed with a little bit French ultramarine. I'm going to have a little bit French ultramarine over here. Mix that with the white. I'm going to mix that a little bit. right here. I'm gonna have that feel a little bit softer. Okay, here you go. Like that. That's good. Alright, it's very good. Coming up over here. And this also breaking that. Coming up over here all the way to the top. Okay, that's good. Some soft color. Very nice. Okay. That's good. And I'm gonna have also a little bit lighter color right over here. Okay. That's nice. Have a little breaking the line, breaking the shape over here. And this is good. And I have this coming a little bit onto this side. Let's find a connection between all those shapes. Okay, here you go. Alright, that I think this is very exciting. Okay. And I'm gonna say this painting. Hold on. I'm gonna have this and this also a little bit breaking this shape. I always have too much fun, just like you, Squanner. We always have fun. Do you know that what we do? Okay, we always for purpose having fun. We want more people have fun with us too. And here you go. Here you go. This is good. And I'm gonna make. I think this is fine. And it's just keep squinting your eye. When you squint, you feel like your mind is closer to your eye. So you know what I'm going to do? I also want a little bit more small dots, dynamics. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is just take this with my toothbrush. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Right at the front over here, have a little bit more those dots. Okay, you may not really see it that much. And I'm going to have a little bit more white. Okay, get a little bit water. Not too much water, but enough water. Okay, that's good. Okay, take a look at the front over here. You see that? And that's a little bit more white paint. And that's just good. Have more dots over there. Is that supposed to be have a little bit more? That's good. There's a lot more in the water, the wave. The camera may not be able to capture it, but it should be there. I try to paint the atmosphere and the feeling of that. Okay, now we call this painting is finished.